Good afternoon, all those beautiful children of Jesus out there. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday afternoon. And for tonight's bedtime story, I'm going to read you a story about Milo and Mario, the two foolish monkeys. Deep in the jungles, monkeys were swinging from tree to tree and laughing foolishly. Milo and Mario, the monkeys, were inexperienced and foolish teenagers. They completely ignored all their elders' orders to take care of their younger siblings after they lost their parents to poachers. But they neglected to cuddle or protect them, but instead just played high up within the branches and leaves, leaving their younger siblings to play amongst themselves on the jungle floor. Owen the owl had been observing the two naughty brothers for a long time. He noticed that they put having fun first before their obligations of taking care of their younger siblings. Owen spoke wisely to the foolish monkeys. Be careful and wise not to let that Felix the fox trick you in your foolishness, for Felix is very cunning and cruel, and he will catch you off guard, especially when you ignore the instructions of your elders. But Milo and Mario just giggled between themselves, saying, We don't want to play with our younger siblings or protect them, because there's no fun in that. Now that would just be so boring. Owen snapped, Don't be foolish and ignore good sound advice, because you will be sorry. But the foolish brothers just kept swinging from branch to branch without taking any notice of what Owen had said to them. As they were swinging in the branches, Felix the fox came walking along the jungle floor. Milo slapped Mario on the arm. Come on, we've had better get down to the bottom of the tall tree and investigate what is going on. You're right, brother. We need to go and make sure that Felix will not hurt any of our brothers or our sisters. It is up to us to protect them now, since our parents got shot by poachers, replied Mario. Quickly down through the trees to the jungle floor below did Milo and Mario scramble, and Owen, who spotted the commotion, dived swiftly, flying down far below to the jungle ground below. What do you want with this family now? Owen snapped at Felix. Let me think, thought Felix the fox deeply. Felix continued. You both like bananas, right? Milo and Mario jumped up and down, smiling in excitement. Oh yes, we love bananas. Felix evilly grinned. I can take you to a place where there is a bounty of bananas. The bananas are huge, deliciously tasty and very yellow. Please take us there, Mario and Milo both excitedly shouted together, clapping their hands. I will, grinned Felix. But in order to do so, you must promise me that you won't tell anyone. We promise, said Milo and Mario together. Milo said, My brother and I thought that you was going to take our siblings and eat them, but instead you're being very kind to us and offering to give us bananas, and we are truly thankful. Felix burst out laughing. Now, why would I want to eat your siblings? Foxes never eat baby monkeys. The meat would be far too rough for me to handle. No, foxes prefer to eat bird meat. Bird or fish meat. Bird or fish meat is sweet, with a very nice and good texture to it. Owen cleverly hid out of Felix's sight, heard the conversation, and said under his breath, Milo and Mario, please don't do it. Felix is tricking you. But Milo and Mario decided to go along with Felix, forgetting about their younger baby siblings that they left behind and their responsibilities and duties to them. They had walked down into the woods where they came across some huts made out of twigs and mud. They came across human habitat, Milo explained. When our parents were alive, they told us to stay away from humans, or they would kill and eat us. Felix laughed. Don't be so daft. There are no humans living here anymore because the gorillas came and stampeded through the huts and drove all the humans away. Really? Asked Mario. Yes, explained Felix. Don't worry. There are no human beings living here. I guarantee you, laughed Felix. Before it was too late, Owen the Owl made an appearance, saying, Don't listen to Felix. He is up to no good. And yes, humans do live here. Humans are not bad or evil creatures, but they do hunt like lions do, because they need meat for their survival, especially when they are primitive and there are no shops around and no supermarkets around, said Owen. Ignore Owen, the spoil sport. Look at the scrumptious looking bananas ahead. Go ahead and pick them. Please don't, protested Owen. But the two brothers could and did not, and they did not overcome to the temptation of the scrumptious looking fruit before their eyes, and went to grab the bananas when a trap fell, and they fell deep down together and suddenly panicked as they remembered about their younger siblings they had left behind back home. Screeching out, Milo screamed, Help! Help, Owen! Please get us out of here. We are very sorry for ignoring you. Please, we got to get to our siblings before Felix does. Owen, however, in his wisdom, already had a plan, and now he would act on it. A couple of huge gorillas came out from the bushes, ran over to Milo and Mario, and set them free from the traps. They then swung swiftly through the trees, trying to reach their younger siblings before Felix could reach them. It was no use, however, because Felix had gained more speed, power over them, reaching their baby siblings before they could reach them. Milo and Mario looked at each other, realizing they made a huge mistake and how silly and foolish they had been. It is time for us to grow up, gain wisdom, and be like responsible big brothers from now on, explained Milo to Mario. You're right, explained Milo. But look, it is far too late. Felix is running off with Megan, Marla, and Matteo. With that, Milo and Mario sat crying their eyes out, because although they found looking after their two younger sisters and brother boring, they still loved them very much and felt guilty for allowing them to be taken away by a bad animal. Soon as Felix was running off with Megan, Milo and Matteo, Felix, with his strong nose, smelt what he had thought a strong but very appealing odour. It smelt like fish. In his destruction of the strong smell, he let Megan and Matteo out of his grip of his mouth and walked closer to where he could pick up the scent. He walked over to the scent, wafting away next to the big tree that had massive, huge, rounded bark. He sniffed through the branches and the leaves, feeling slightly confused towards where the pleasant odour of fish was coming from. To his horror, Felix then fell deep into the hole below. Owen, Milo, Mario, and all the creatures of the jungle went over to Felix. Owen had a plan all along. In his wisdom, he had known that Felix would be back to trick Milo and Mario into the same banana trick as he did with their parents, to get Mario and Milo killed, so he could also in turn kill Megan, Milo, and Matteo. But Owen, in his wisdom, was always one step of Felix and his cunning schemes. It seemed that wisdom triumphs over being cunning, and Owen discussed a plan with the other creatures what to be done when Felix was going to do this very wicked plan. Owen gathered up Betty the badger to dig a trap for Felix to fall into, and Owen gathered up fish, twigs, and leaves to make the trap and to camouflage it as the jungle floor. Owen looked over to him, saying, "As for you, you are staying in here until you learn your lesson, and promise never again use your cunning behaviour to destroy any creature in the jungle ever again." Milo and Mario thanked Owen and were very sorry for their foolishness. They changed their irresponsible and childish ways and started taking good care of their younger siblings, giving them all the affection and protection they needed. They started to play in the canopies of the trees with their younger siblings all day long, which made Owen become very proud of Milo and Mario. After a week, Felix had learnt his lesson. He knew he could never outsmart Owen. So Owen got Eric the elephant to pull Felix out of the trap, and Owen he just walked away from the jungle and started to live in towns, where a little girl spotted him, who called her dad, who called the animal sanctuary. So he lived the rest of his days there, and the creatures in the forest jungle never saw Felix ever again. Felix, however, had also changed his evil and cunning ways. He regretted very much what he had done, and became the most affectionate and loving animal of the animal sanctuary. And the children who visited the sanctuary loved Felix and made a huge fuss of him by stroking and hugging him. As for the humans who lived in the jungle, well, after they smelt the fish odour, they decided no longer to hunt monkeys for food or any other creature of the jungle, but started walking to the river and catching fish for their dinner and food instead. And here are my thoughts on the story. Children, never trust a stranger. And sometimes when people, there's a person that hasn't got a good reputation, and sometimes they can be crafty in their ways. I don't know if you've heard of a Trojan horse. Well, a Trojan horse is when somebody tries to offer you a gift, and that might be a gift of a present, or they might appear to be friendly, but then later on you find that they were only tricking you, that they were giving you a gift or being friendly because they have another motive, and a motive is something like a plan in their head, for example, somebody might want to be your come and be your friend because they want you to join in their naughty ways. They might not really want you to be a friend because, just for the sake of being a friend, but they might want to manipulate you into doing something naughty, like doing something wrong against the teacher or against your parent, or bullying another child or whatever. Or they might give you a present, to try and you know make you do something you don't want to do. Maybe there are some good children and you can trust them, but if any of them have a a reputation where they can't be trusted, just like the fox did, then you should never do what another child, those sort of children, tell you to do. What you should do is first check with your parent or pastor or teacher or any adult in authority first, because they will have the wisdom to be able to tell, whether that child is genuine or not, and if they changed and become genuine again. Because some people who have been bad in the past can change their ways, and an adult or a teacher or your parent will be able to know this, so it's best to check with them first. Proverbs 12, the Trojan horse in the story at first was Felix before he turned back into being good. Felix was like a Trojan horse, and he tempted the monkeys with the bananas, and it seemed all good and a great gift, but then his ulterior motive was to trap them, and that's what the meaning of a Trojan horse is. And anyway, Psalms 12:15, which I thought was a good Bible verse to go with what I wrote, the story I wrote, is the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearken unto counsel is wise. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed those stories, all beautiful children of Jesus, and hope that you learned something by that. And God bless you, and have a lovely, wonderful day. Love you all.